Welcome to Retirement Ramblings. I'm Scott, and today is day 235 in my countdown to retirement. So today, Sunday, Mother's Day, this is my update. Before bed last night, I finished making the chuck roast that I had mentioned in yesterday's video, and I packaged it away for it to become our lunch today. I also highlighted my wife's hair as I indicated I was going to do yesterday. And I'm going to show you the before and after here. She's happy with it. And, it will continue to lighten as she goes out in the sun. Once the rain dissipates here in the Atlanta metro and we actually can see the sun again, which might not be until, middle to latter part of the week. So I'll have to see how that goes. And then also, as I indicated yesterday, I wasn't feeling 100%, and that continued and exacerbated itself overnight. And about 6 o'clock this morning, I couldn't breathe out of the left side of my nose. I got up, I took a decongestant along with doxycycline, and I had made sure to look that there's no contraindications on any of the ingredients that are in either of the drugs, but for whatever reason, it didn't mix well. And, I ended up getting lightheaded. I ended up being nauseous, having cramps across my upper GI. I was dizzy. That lasted for about 4 hours. And then finally around 10:30, when it started, well, especially when the stomach cramps, upper GI cramps went away, I decided I was going to lay back down. I did that and I fell back asleep until like 1 in the afternoon. I got up at that point and made my wife warmed up the roast that I had made last night, and that became, as I said, our lunch. Then she opened her Mother's Day cards, and then I, pretty much texted all the women in my life that are mothers, wished them a happy Mother's Day. I spoke with my mom. My son called and spoke with his mom, and then I was just taking it easy for the rest of the day, and I started watching YouTube videos, and I came across a video by Josh Scanlon called "Life Expectancy for Diabetics in Retirement." It was a repost. I'm going to leave the link in the description. Josh was reviewing a study that showed that 95% of all Americans aged 60 and older have at least one chronic health condition that impacts their longevity. And that although most retirement plans are based on, planning for a 30-year retirement, so if you retire at 65, it's planning to go to 95, very few people actually get to that age. And specifically, if you have diabetes, which 30% of retirees do, myself included, you have less than a 1% chance of hitting that age bracket. And then for male diabetics like myself, the projected life expectancy, according to this consolidated study, and it's over hundreds of thousands of people, for the actuaries had built in the study, the life expectancy is age 79. That's lower than any other chronic condition, including smoking, obesity, doesn't really matter. Every other one, you have a chance of living longer than if you have diabetes. And quite honestly, it's a full 9 years shorter than if you have no chronic conditions. So for a male with no chronic conditions, potentially you can live to 88 based on these tables. But again, diabetics are targeting like 79. My current plan is set up for me to live to 91. So, if these numbers hold true, I got plenty of upside built into the plan so as not to worry about it. Anyway, in addition to that post, I started getting lots of other posts around, death, dying, longevity. Then I got a call from my sister who told me that on Facebook she just saw a post that one of my high school friends just passed away, which I don't go on Facebook very often, so I didn't know that. And so we got to talking about that, and based on all the stuff that's happening in the last day or two that I've seen, it was like the universe was telling me that I need to focus on my health and that tomorrow isn't promised, which is not like I don't know that already, but it was like I'm trying to reinforce this. So to that end, because while I do know it, and I am taking reasonable actions to try and remedy any health situation that I have. I can't stand all this stuff popping up in my feed. So I guess I'm going to have to go into YouTube history, delete all the history, and then go back to my subscriber channels that I like to watch stuff from, pick one or two of those videos, rewatch it so that the algorithm will rejigger itself, and I won't see all these death, dying, and longevity videos. Anyway, I hope that you had a great Mother's Day and that you're, built a bunch of new memories today. But that's my update for today. If you have any questions or any comments, please leave them in the comment section down below or drop me an email at myretirementramblings@gmail.com. Otherwise, I look forward to talking with you tomorrow. And until then, take care.